Good morning, class. This is your informational writing. Now, if you have the printout from the class tag or your district website, you're on week 10. And as I'm pointing with the stick, that should be like your fingers so you follow along to learn your words. If you don't have the printout, go on the website and look for frog or toad. Now I'm going to disappear and all you're going to see is the pointer pointing and you're going to hear my voice. Frog or toad. Do you know how to tell the difference? How different between a frog and a toad? Actually, a toad is a frog. Toads are members of the frog family, but are not what we consider true frogs. Bullfrogs, green frogs, leopard frogs, and common frogs are true frogs. American toads, Fowler toads, and common toads are what we call true toads. Keep reading to find out the difference, how they're different. True frogs and true toads are amphibians. Amphibians are cold-blooded vertebrates. That means they have a backbone that spend part of their lives in bodies of water or watery places and part on land. Here's your true frog. Here's your true toad. See the little lumps there? Pick up a true frog or a true toad and you can feel the difference. A frog has moist, smooth skin. A toad skin is dry and bumpy and warty. The bumps are not actually warts, and you cannot get warts from toads. Toads do know a cool trick, though. Their skin secretes, it lets out a poison to stop bigger animals from eating them. So remember, do not lick the toads. Frogs have shiny, lean bodies. A toad's body is usually stocky, kind of broad, and wide. Frogs have long, strong back legs and webbed feet. A toad has short back legs and not very much webbed on its feet. Frogs and toads even move around differently. A frog takes long leaps while a toad takes short hops. Both amphibians lay eggs in the water. The eggs turn into tadpoles and then eventually into young frogs or toads. The young frogs will usually stay close to the water, but the young toad will wander away from the water into a wooded or grassy area. The next time you see one of these wonderful creatures, take a minute to watch it and see if you can tell the difference. Directions. Use the information from the story, that means you're going to go back and reread it, to answer the questions below. Write your answers with a complete sentence. Underline or highlight the sentences in the story if you have the printout where you found this information. Number 1, what is an amphibian? Okay, that should be somewhere here. Begin with a capital, finger space, period. What are some examples of true frogs? So you're going to have to reread the whole thing and give me some of the examples of what they tell you a true frog is. Number 3, what are some ways toads and frogs are different? You're going to have to reread the whole thing because they say the frog can do this, the toad does that. Give me some examples. 3, what are some ways toads and frogs are different? Okay, we did that. Number 4, besides the obvious, what is one reason why you should not lick a toad? That should be right here. Reread it and tell me why not. Now here you have complete the diagram, which is a Venn diagram, below to compare and contrast to see how they're the same and different for true frogs and to true toads. So everything that's only belongs to a frog gets written here. Anything that belongs only to a toad gets written here. Anything that both the frog and the toad share the same goes right here in the middle where it overlaps. So you're going to use these words to put them in their right places. You have to probably go back into the story to double check your answers. Dry skin. Find out which one has the dry skin. Write it in the right section. Moist skin. Reread it again. Write down who has the moist skin. Lay eggs in the water. Read it again and see where that goes. Develop from tadpoles. Reread it again. Should be somewhere here where it goes. Leaps. Reread it again. See where it goes. Hops. Read it again. See where it goes. Long back legs. Read it again. See where it goes. And short back legs. You have to reread. Don't just go by the memory. Prove your answers. So, until next time, happy reading and writing.